Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Peter Coyote.
It's my honor today to welcome the unsung heroes of compassion. Many of you have traveled a great distance and endured many hardships to get here today. And for many, this is your first trip to the United States. So we wish you a warm welcome and hope that we're being good hosts to you. I'd also like to acknowledge the family and friends of today's honorees, many of whom traveled with them to share this special event. And we welcome you and are pleased and gratified that you were able to be here and join in celebrating this act of living compassion. I'd like to alert everyone at every table that each of you has a very special guest sitting with you, either an honoree from this year or last year or from the 2001 and the 2005 event, Unsung Heroes of Compassion, or people who are receiving honorable mention in today's ceremony. I'd like to ask the special guest at each table to raise their hand, just so your table mates will know who you are. Thank you. Now, I'd like to explain that this event is not a fundraiser. The costs, including the flying the honorees to the United States and many countries abroad, were covered by donations and ticket sales. And if there's anything left over, it will be distributed equally among the honorees as an honorarium to be used at their discretion. So let's begin the ceremonial aspect of today's work. All Buddhas, 10 directions, 3 times. All beings, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, mahaprajna paramita. Now this simple Buddhist invocation, chanted in the space made fresh and sacred by these chimes, begins with a call to all fully awakened beings who have lived in any space and time. And then it specifies all compassionate beings, bodhisattvas, and then all wisdom beings, mahasattvas. And then it announces what it is to be celebrated, the wisdom beyond wisdom, which Buddhists refer to as Maha Prajna Paramita. Maha means grand, vast, large, uncontained. Prajna means wisdom. But Buddhists distinguish 3 kinds of wisdom. There's everyday wisdom, which is common to all. There is the wisdom of philosophers and meditators. And then there's finally transcendental wisdom, the wisdom that views things as neither permanent nor impermanent, pure or impure, but inconceivable and inexpressible. The wisdom that expresses the wisdom that existed before thought. Because they wanted to distinguish this wisdom from the other 2, they named it the Prajna Paramita. Paramita means perfection. And therefore, Prajna Paramita means perfection of wisdom. And so, with Maha added, Maha Prajna Paramita, it means the great or vast perfection of wisdom. So perhaps these ancient Sanskrit words sound esoteric to you or exotic, and they conjure up visions of ancient people doing great deeds of meditation and compassion. But that's only a partial understanding. It's true that the accomplishments of our elders were astounding, but they are not at all different from that which we honor and celebrate here today. among all the Buddhas of all space and time are all of us. This gathering includes the great wisdom and great compassion of the invocation, and it exists right here and right now in this room, and it is not different from the great perfected wisdom. Each and every moment manifests these qualities with untarnished clarity and models them for others to see and emulate. The Mahaprajna Paramita, the great perfection of wisdom. And so as we celebrate each honoree today, we celebrate the original Buddha. He or she is not different from Buddha. As we say in Zen practice, his eyebrows or her eyebrows tangle with the Buddha's eyebrows. They see in the same way. So Buddha is a name, like Jesus or Muhammad or Krishna. It's pointing like a finger at the moon. So we try not to mistake the finger for the moon itself. And as we honor each of these great beings today, we also acknowledge that they and we are the moon, reflecting the glorious and ineffable light of wisdom in which we are all bathed. Thank you very much.